Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dreamleapers Inspiration. I'm your host, Harriet Cole. So happy and honored to be with you today. And I was just looking at the opening to this show. And for those of you all who can't see it, it starts out saying, take a pause for a moment. And just the lead in is reminding us to tap into our greatness. And I decided that today's broadcast would be dedicated to taking a pause. Yes, I decided that because I needed to take a pause. And I often figure out if I need to do it, I am not the only one. So I'm going to guess that it is probably true for those of you who are connected now live and those who will connect later. We are busy. We are busy. I mean, I listened to a spiritual teacher speaking a while ago who said, even people in their 90s are busy. Like, busy is not just for people before retirement age. Busy is just the way we live now, that everybody is moving fast. There's always something to do. There's always something else on the list that you have to check off. The goals are high, and we are reaching for those goals all the time. And that can be good. There's not necessarily anything wrong with having goals and reaching for them. I certainly believe in that. I believe in dreams and manifesting them. So clearly, I believe in that reach and then the reach and then the climb. And at the same time, I know I get tired. I get tired. I get frustrated. I sometimes get worried. How am I going to be able to do all these things on the list? And as I wrote in the opening for this engagement, when we are moving at the speed of light, juggling everything, feeling responsible for the world, our world, right? It can be hard to know what our next steps should be. And that's when it's time to pause, right? Let's think about that. So I'm going to say that again because I wrote that down as the preamble to this, and I think Fallon can pull it up so you could see it. When we're moving at the speed of light, juggling everything, feeling responsible for the world, it can be hard to know what our next step should be. Do you ever feel like that? Do you ever feel like there's so much going on and you're just going, and you're so busy juggling that you're not sure which is more important? What can you set aside? What can you make happen differently? What can you say, that's not my problem to solve? When you are in the throes of that, I don't think it's possible to take that pause and say, okay, now I'm going to take a breath and figure out what should I be doing? Because I'm just doing everything. So I'm going to say for me, that is often true. When the juggle is intense, I'm just juggling. And I realize that that is not necessarily the healthiest thing in the world to do. So I'm going to ask you, those of you who are connected now, tell me where you're connecting from and tell me, do you have a challenge sometimes with the juggle? Just tell me, do you not? Do you feel like you've got that part of your life under control? Or do you feel like sometimes you're moving at the speed of light? Me, I'm confessing. I sometimes feel like I'm moving at the speed of light. I often feel like that. And that's why I have a regular time to pause so that I can say, wait a minute, let me put on the brakes, let me sit still, let me be fully present. And when I do that, what's going to happen? So what about you? Where are you? And do you take time to pause? Do you think you need to work on that? As we move along in this broadcast, if you'd like to share, I'd love to know. I love that we're telling each other where we are. And by the way, so in this space of talking about pause, why it was important to me to bring it up now is that I decided to take a pause. I am not at home. I'm not in New York. I'm in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. Yes, I'm in Mexico right now in a beautiful space where I carved out a few days to just be still, to eat well, to be kissed by the sun, to reminisce, to fellowship with people that I love, and to just be quiet. And it was an amazing thing to do. And by the way, there was a list of things standing in my way where I did not think I would be able to do it. On the pro side, well, I've been working really hard, trying to make sure everything is where it's supposed to be, being responsible to the extent that I could. And also, it was my birthday. It's like, oh, can I do something for my birthday? That would be a nice thing to do. But, I was fighting with myself internally saying, no, there's no time. You've got all these things on the list. And because many of you have been connected to me for a long time, my mother is in a very tender space. So could I go away that far when she's not well? And my sister Stephanie said, absolutely. You know, family blessing, go. And so I did. And I want to tell you just a few days, short space of time to rejuvenate has been so important for me. And this is why I'm telling you from first person perspective, pause. It is worth it. How many of you have taken the time to pause? I'm curious. Have you done that for yourself? We're now ending first quarter 2025. Have you taken a pause at all for you? I don't know. It could be go get a massage. Could be your pauses getting your nails done, taking a walk. Have you done something for yourself where you feel that you are filling your cup? Have you? Do you think you're worth it? Because a whole lot of times we go, well, I'll do that when. I'll get to it after I do A, B, C, D, and E. Have been famous for that. I don't do that. I try not to do that anymore. My intention is to do something to fill my cup on a regular basis. And it doesn't have to be a trip. This was a very special thing. And I was able to get a super cheap ticket and all these different things so that it did not create a burden for me or my family that I took this trip. But what are the other things that we might do that are part of taking a pause? What do you do, if you do anything, to take a pause for you, to slow down? Jovette says, I've been mulling a short staycation to reset and reboot, and this is confirmational. A staycation is great if you actually shut down the things that you would normally do. So I love the idea of a staycation, staying where in your home, staying in your city, staying where you live, however broadly you define that. But I think you have to plan it out so that you don't let other things encroach upon your time. Same for here. I had to do a little bit of work, but I decided I wasn't going to work all the time. That I was going to carve out a little bit of time when I took care of the things that I needed to do. And other than that, I was going to just be. And it made a huge difference. So when I go back, there is a sense of rejuvenation that I'm going to feel because I did something for me. And I'm curious, how many of you do something for you? I was going to say on a regular basis, but honestly, I could say at all. How often do you do something for you where you feel like you took the time and effort and resources to celebrate you, to do something that said, I am worth it right this minute. This is for me. And I don't have to feel guilty about it. I think that's really, here we've got somebody writing in from Nashville, Tennessee. Hopefully it's warm there now. Our world is warming up to spring, which is really nice. Where I am, it's very warm, but not too warm. It was in the 70s. A lot of sun, so has been really special. But also, I think, in that sense of counting your blessings, which I talk about all the time that I got from my mama and her mama, to be able to do something for yourself is a blessing, isn't it? Just even the littlest of things. What can you do for you that makes you feel good? Virginia's checking in from Alabama. I love it. And Fallon, my producer's in Alabama too. I love that people are checking in from all over. This is the beauty of technology, that we can do that. And by the way, if anybody wants to come on and be on screen with me and talk about the value of the pause, remember you can go to harrycole.com/inspiration and you'll pop into the behind the scenes. Jovette says, as a mom of an elementary school kid and a wife, I don't take enough time for myself, but recently I see how crucial it is to do so. My daughter's now 21, so she's no longer in that space, but I remember that in those early years, you as a mom, you have to be there for your child first. But that's why people would say, get up 20 minutes earlier, get up a half hour earlier. Get up before that kid gets up. Even if it feels like, oh, I want to sleep then. But if you get up and just do something for you, you feel good about it because you have carved out time for yourself. It can be time where you take a bath. My friend yesterday was saying that she loves taking a bath. I used to take a bath every single day for years, in part because the hot water was so hot in my building that I felt that I was going to get burned. That was the impetus for starting it. But then it became this beautiful ritual. And I don't do it every day now, but taking a bath is something you can do for you, and you can meditate while in the tub. You can have that peaceful moment, communion with you and the divine. Daryl says he is checking in from Brooklyn. Fallon says, Virginia McQueen Ellison. Hi. Hi there, Virginia McQueen Ellison. Is that Fallon's mom? Yes, it is. Hey. Thank you for tuning in. So I wanted to do something today. Remember last week, for those of you who were checked in, we had a mini meditation, and it was really a breathing exercise, but it was a mini meditation, and it was very powerful. And my team and I talked about it afterward. And for those of you who may have tuned into inspiration over the years, you might remember that we used to do meditations with regularity. Let's see. Leonilda says, thank you for this reminder to pause. Thank you for checking in, Leonilda. So we're about to do a meditation. So if you all have like 3 to 5 minutes, this broadcast goes on for about a half hour. So we have about half of it left. I want to remind you that you can come in and talk with me and with everyone by going to harrycole.com/inspiration. But right now, for about 3 to 5 minutes, I want us to meditate together. And I hope that you like that idea. Last week, when we were studying the breath a little bit, and for those of you who were here, it was a very emotional day for me. As I'm going through this moment of transition for however long it takes for my beautiful mother to enjoy these 95 years she's been on the planet and be prepared whenever the moment is to leave us. I've been sharing it with you because I talk about her all the time. And we did some breathing exercises. When you breathe and you have control over your breath, you have control over your being in a way that is incredibly powerful. And my team and I were talking about it afterward and remembering that we used to do these meditations with music. And so I would like to do that right now with us together. And so I'm inviting you. So Virginia McQueen Ellison, you got your wish. You said you look forward to these meditations. That is what we're doing right now. All right, so everybody put your feet flat on the floor wherever you are. If you could take your shoes off, it's great. If not, just put your feet flat on the floor and sit up straight and tall. But have your shoulders relaxed. Like don't crunch your shoulders up. Relax them. Let them just fall. But sit up straight and tall so that you have opened up your being to just be able to breathe fully and deeply. And then I'll invite Fallon to turn on some music that we've selected to help us to be in a space of meditation. Put your thumb and your fingers together and put them on your knees. Yeah. And close your eyes. I want you to just breathe, but notice your breath and welcome it to breathe in deeply through your nose and breathe out long through your mouth. Breathe in deeply, hold at the top, and breathe out long. We're going to take one more deep in breath and breathe out long. Then I want to invite you to just breathe naturally but fully. A lot of times we breathe in a very shallow way. So now I'm inviting us to really fill our lungs. And when we empty our lungs, release everything that's in there. Give yourself the gift of bringing oxygen into your being, into your cells, letting it course through your entire body, and then release. Letting all that needs to leave your body go. Continue to breathe. And as you breathe, give yourself permission to just be here. This is your pause. Your pause to connect with the divine. And understand that the divine is right here. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to put on fancy clothes. You don't have to do anything other than just be here. Breathe in goodness. Breathe out any negativity you may feel. Breathe in potential. Breathe out any worries that may find you holding your breath. Just breathe. Notice how good your body feels when you oxygenate your cells by taking the time to breathe fully. Breathe in goodness. Breathe out discomfort. Tell yourself it is time to pause, and it's okay. For that mother of an elementary school child, take your pause while your child is sleeping. Get up early and just take 5 minutes and breathe. Ask for God's grace to guide your steps. Ask for God's grace to show you how to be sweet and kind and strong in the moment. Ask to be connected to the divine so that you see with clearer vision. Breathe. Give yourself permission to take your pause. Don't feel guilty for carving out time to rejuvenate. Feel good taking care of you. Breathe. Invite your mind to be still. Invite any thoughts that may come as you're working to be still to pass by like clouds in the sky. They're there, then they're gone. Continue to breathe and be present where you are. Don't follow those thoughts. Don't follow those worries. Don't follow anything. Just be still and breathe. Breathe. When the thoughts come, breathe. When anxiety creeps in, exhale. When the worries come, welcome the light. Breathe. Know that your power lies in your breath. You own your power. When you align it with the divine, you are the most powerful. Breathe. I don't know if you can hear it, but I hear birds chirping. Where I am, it's just 6 o'clock in the morning, and the world is waking up. The light is beginning to shine in the sky. The birds are singing and talking to each other. There's a softness everywhere. And that softness is a perfect space in which to meditate. Invite yourself to pause. Give yourself permission to be fully present now. No matter what you have to do, you can steal a few minutes. You can claim, not steal, you can claim a few minutes to just be. Breathe in light, breathe out discomfort. Breathe in light, discomfort. Breathe in joy. Breathe out uncertainty. Breathe in peace. Breathe out peace. Breathe in clarity. Breathe out clarity. Enjoy the beauty of the pause. Feel the tingling in your body, that welcoming of the oxygen into your cells. Good tingling. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes. See, that was just a few minutes, but those few minutes count. As we are gently coming out of that space of meditation, I'll ask Helen to post the photo on the screen so we can look at it for a moment. You can keep the music on down if that's possible to do all those things at once. It says, I was searching for a quote. I found this one. I really liked it. It says, take the time to slow down, relax, meditate, and contemplate the wonders within. You will discover an inner calm and balance that previously eluded you. That's from Joanne Madeline Moore. I want to ask you, do you feel that now? We just had a few minutes of breathing, concentrating on the inner space. I'll read this to you again. Let me ask you, did you feel that? Take the time to slow down, relax, meditate, and contemplate the wonders within. You will discover an inner calm and balance that previously eluded you. Do you feel that? It is so possible to tap into that grounded space that allows you to see better in minutes, in moments. And not just with me. I'm guiding you along right now, but you can do it on your own. I hope you do it on your own. Of course, it's great to establish a meditation practice that you can start. A very good time is in the morning before your day begins. Another great time is at night before you go to sleep, because you're kind of cleansing your spirit. It's like the inner shower. But also during the day, when you feel off balance, that's a time to Take just a few minutes to breathe, to invite yourself to connect back into your greatness. Virginia Jones says, I really needed this today. Thanks for this tool. You are welcome. Virginia's from Massachusetts. And Benita says, permission to put me first today. Yes. And don't we need that? We need permission to put ourselves first. But I mean, now it's become old hat to hear about the airline hostess or host who says, put your mask on first. I remember the first time I heard that, I was like, why would I do that if I've got a child on the plane with me? That mask goes on the child first. And what they explain is that you are no good to that child if you can't breathe. So for all of us who are parents, especially mothers, but fathers too, we think we have to put our children first, and we do. But if we don't take care of ourselves, what are we giving them? And that is such a powerful message. I mean, I've thought about this in so many different ways for those who are parents, but I'm including everyone now. But for this moment, I want to speak to those who are parents to just say, what are you teaching your children? What do they see about how you live? Because they are learning from your actions and your words. What are you showing them? And is it what you want to show them? Are you living the life that you want them to emulate? When you are in tense moments, when you're worried, when you're frustrated, when you're angry, when you're afraid, what do you show them? And what might you show them if you take a moment and breathe before you react, before you lash out, before you go into a ball and crumble? What if you took a moment to breathe first? What if right before you reacted, you took back control and engaged with the divine within and then said something? Okay, so this is not just for parents, right? What if you did that with a spouse, with a partner, with a friend, with a coworker, with your boss, with your neighbor? What if you did that in your life, all of us? If before you reacted to someone, you took the time to go inside and it's like plug the light into goodness, to the divine once again. What if you did that? Jovette says, glad I took this moment to set my day. Yes, that's why we do this, Jovette. We've been doing this for 5 years now, since April of 2020, just when COVID began, to create a safe, sacred space for folks to join and fellowship and get full in the best possible way. So we welcome you, and please be sure to share with others. And I should tell you something that we're doing starting, it's either the 24th or 25th of this month. You can look on my website, but I did something last year that was to create 100-day plan. I love you too, Marcita. I didn't create it last year. I participated in a 100-day planning session where we set an intention for what we were going to accomplish in 100 days. And then I did it. And it was powerful. And I decided to create a 100-day plan course in what I'm calling our Dreamleapers Academy. It's a 3-week course that happens over 100 days. So it's not in a row. The first one starts, I think, in 2 weeks, in 24th or 25th. And it's in the evening, 7 to 9 Eastern. We are going to make a plan. I'm going to work with you to make a plan that you are going to put into action in the next 100 days. I want you to know it worked for me. I got a book deal in that 100-day plan. I hadn't had a book deal in about 15 years, and I got a book deal. It works. When you set your mind to something, your mind, your heart, your spirit. And so an extension of this is the 100-day plan. And if you'd like to join, you can sign up. You could go to harrietcole.com/100, the numeral 100-day plan. And it's 3 live sessions that will help you on your way. And it starts really soon. And I welcome you to join on this journey if you would like. My goal is to have peace. My goal is to have joy. My goal is to have abundance, to feel that hug, to feel that love that we all deserve, that we can give ourselves, but that we know we need in community. Human beings need community. And when we help each other and we work together and we share a vision of greatness for ourselves and others, great things can happen. And so I thank you for being part of this part of my journey, our journey. I see Lisa. Uh, I see people those whose names I can see, and this broadcast goes up on all of my different socials and YouTube and all over. So I don't always know where people are, and sometimes the names will pop up. But I do see people who I've known for a very long time and some new names, people that I'm just meeting. I want you to know this stuff works. It works to be in fellowship with people who are reaching for the highest. My mother calls that keeping good company. It works to be in connection with people who are choosing to make sure their light is shining brightly, who are not complaining, who are not posturing, who are not being negative, who are working not to be. Even if you feel negative, you're not giving into it. Who want to see the light, who want to step into the light, who want to leap into the light. And as I look at some of the people whose names I know who are here with me, whom I know, and those of you who are new, I welcome you. I thank you for joining this fellowship. Over the years, we've had all different kinds of people from all over the world to join. And I invite you to tell others to join us on Mondays at 9 a.m. Eastern. I see Laura. Laura and I know about some good company. We are a part of the same meditation fellowship. Keep good company, folks. Take care of each other. Be tender with each other. Remember to breathe. Remember that you are deserving of all the love that you can hold on to. But even more, you don't have to hold on to it. Just breathe. Let it flow through your system into you and out to others. Oh, this is, let's see, Chocolate Girl, haha, you spell it fun in a fun way. Chocolate Girl says, thank you. This brought peace and calm and peace to my morning. That is it. And you can tap into peace over and over and over again. Breathe. Breathe in peace. Breathe out anything bothering you. Breathe in love. Let everything else go with the exhalation. Pause. Give yourself that gift. You are worth it. Thank you for joining me. I'm glad to hear that many of you feel better, more grounded, more uplifted, more open. I do. Take your pause, take a little bit each day. And when you can, take a longer pause like I just did. I feel so much better for it. And I hope that makes me better as I show up for you. Until next time, have a great day and make it count. Namaste.